Well, hello, folks. It's Dave here. Real early on a Friday night. I got to get a couple things done here, and then I'm off to bed. I'm going to bed real early tonight. It's 5 o'clock here, and it's pitch black outside. Yeah, this is the month. This mid November to like late December. That's when it's just real dark out, real early, and that's the kind of the worst type of kind of year, time of year. And so I want to get this done and crack. So I got a busy weekend. I got to work Saturday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning. I got two games on Sunday. So I'm not sure what I'm going to get to play this weekend, if anything, or if I'm going to see you guys again. So maybe another Sunday night after football, something like that. Couple things before I get into this second part of the unboxing is the as far as the convention goes, you don't have to stay at the hotel that we're doing the convention at. There are plenty of hotels in that area, some down the street, some a few miles away, some, quite a few miles away. I mean, there's Mystic, Connecticut around there, and they might have some really nice hotels over there too, and they might be some cheaper ones. So feel free to, zoom in on the Preston, Connecticut area and see what you can find. I think ST Patrick, he's the master at finding deals, and he found a place that was just like a couple miles down the road, and he got his, I don't know, like half price of what we're paying. So feel free to, look around for hotels. You don't have to stay where we are. It's just convenient where we are. I have to because I have all the things to bring and set up. But there was a few people that stayed a little further away and come in and spent the day and left at night. So yeah, there's one option there. And the other thing I want to bring up is I don't know why I had this crazy notion, but I'm thinking about like a real late night chat. I was gonna do it tomorrow night, but I do have to work first thing in the morning, so I'm not gonna do it tomorrow night. But almost like an Art Bell type chat. Okay, I follow these really weird things on the internet sometimes, and they're just fun to watch, and it just they're totally out there. But I thought it'd be fun to just kind of have a crazy chat some night about some of those things there. I'm not really talking conspiracy theories or anything like that. Again, it's completely non-political stuff, but it's just stuff that makes you think. And I thought it'd be fun to kind of talk that out and get some of your opinions on that. So if I might pull that off some night, again, it's going to be completely different from what I do here, but it also could be kind of fun, just kind of chatting about different things and the mysteries of the world and the universe. I don't know. I just thought it'd be just change it up a little bit once in a while. It's kind of fun. So anyway, so there's a couple of things. You got hotel rooms, and then we might do a crazy late night chat. It'd have to be real late. And I might see if I can get ST on with me for that one because he likes all that stuff there. It's not the Dave Gardner Conspiracy Hour, but every now and then on Facebook or YouTube, you get videos talking about this and talking about that. It's like, are they covering this up and what's that up in space? Is it I just thought it'd be fun to talk about that stuff. If it's stupid, it's stupid, but it's just kind of, I don't know. I thought it'd be kind of fun. Anyway, let me get to the overhead camera. Let's get down to business. So I have my second set of cards here. Not second set of cards, my second box of cards. Again, this is the 2006 football card set, and I did some of them last night, and I put some of them away last night. Okay, so this is the American League, some of the American League. And so I need to get back and finish that. So, I did pull out at the end. I'll go through these again. So I have the Super Bowl team. So I got my Super Bowl hat. I had the Colts on last night. I got the Bears on tonight. I'll go through these one more time before we sign off. All righty. And so let's get some cards on the table. Let's zoom it in here so we can see what's going on. Right. See what's going on today. So it looks like we have Miami here. And I don't want to screw this up again. Last night, remember, I got Minnesota and Arizona all messed up. So, all right. Well, it ends with Z, right? So I'm taking it. I'm safe right there with a Z. So let's see who Miami's got. And I kind of like how I'm doing this here because what it does, it gives me a chance to breeze through all the cards. And at the same time, I'm separating them by offense, defense, and miscellaneous. So we have a couple of defense here. Oh, we have Will Allen, Jason Allen. I don't know either one of them off the top of my head. Darius Barnes, a fullback, sounds familiar. We have a Bell, and we have Booker, a receiver. He sounds familiar. Ronnie Brown, I don't know. As James comes by, Thanks for coming by, James. And Barbara comes by too. I'm okay. And yeah, no, it wouldn't be that Phoenix night. I'm not a conspiracy theory guy, but I just thought it'd be fun to just kind of just chat about just some completely different things. And it might bomb, or it might be fun. You never know. Uh, Receiver Chambers, don't know. Channing Crowder doesn't good. Dante Culpepper is a quarterback. And anybody else here? Rex had not. I wonder if he had not a good season. Joey Harrington, another QB. Hill, Holiday, a lot of defense here. And we got these guys here. So Donnie Jones. So he's got crazy stuff. So I put him in the middle. Oh, there's another guy. Oh, so Donnie Jones has a couple of cards here. So it looks like he does punting and kicking. So he's got 2 cards. Cleo Lemon. I thought that said Chet Lemon. That's Cleo Lemon. Another quarterback. So 3 quarterbacks so far for the Miami Dolphins. Alindo Mare. Whoa. I like Chris Mervin when he used to do that. That was great. That show at the end, Sunday nights, prime time. That was the best. They tried to bring it back with Berman and another guy, and it just didn't really work, So Justin Peele, the Pope, Radar, David Lee, Matt Roth, Suggs. Suggs sounds familiar for a running back, doesn't he? Oh, Zach Thomas. I think we've heard of Zach Thomas, haven't we? I think we've heard of Zach Thomas. Wes Welker went over to there after he was in New England. Oh, before he went to New England, one or the other. And then the Z-Man. How would you say that? Is it Gonina? Zagonina? That I'm not 100% sure. So that is the Miami Dolphins. And again, what I like to do is I like to separate them, offense and defense, and kind of special teams as well. So that way, when I go to play them, that's all done for me. And so it's just kind of fun to go through the cards as well as get them all separated. So that'll just save me some time when I'm going to play the game. So I'll put that in with the AFC. And now let's see what we got here. So we have Minnesota. So let's see what Minnesota's got. All righty. So we have the center, Burke. Blue is a safety. Brooks Bollinger, quarterback for Minnesota. And let's see who else we got here. Some of these guys, a lot of these guys, I don't know. Again, I followed it 2006 a little bit, but I just remember the Patriots games and, Roethlisberger and Manning and those guys. Tavares Jackson. Oh, he's got the star too. So that means he can probably do some running as well. And James and Johnson and Brad Johnson. Yeah, he played with Tampa for a while too. Phoenix says it's also helpful to sort the teams out if you're making team sheets out of the teams. I usually don't, but there are reasons for sorting the cards out, offense and defense at least. And that way there, you don't have to go digging for them. Chris Kluwe? I don't know. I just think, like I said, when you're playing a card game like this, like even with hockey, if you wanted to, you could, but there's not enough guys in hockey to do this, but you could separate your D and the forwards if you wanted to. Ryan Longwell, yeah, he's a kicker and a punter, so he's got 2 cards as well. And I like that they do that. I like that they don't try to force anything. They'll just give you 2 cards if you need to. And that used to, I'll see, and Moore's got 2 cards too. So it looks like he's a punt returner, a kick returner. And so he's going to need a couple of different cards here. But if you notice, right, that, oh, no, this one is different, actually. Okay, so this is the fumble recovery card. So he's got the R for fumble recovery. So this would be his running card. And if he were to fumble or pick up a fumble, that would be his fumble. So the R column for fumble returns, for punt returns is P and kick returns is K. So this guy, yeah, he's got 2 cards as well. This is more of your utility card, and that would be his running card. But that stuff used to screw me up too. I remember when I had Tony Dorsett in 77 or 78. He had 2 cards, and I had no idea what to do. And it just took me a little bit to kind of look at it and say, okay, I get it now. Because you again, this is supposed to be run, pass, kick, but again, a lot of times it can be used for something a little bit different too. So, like this guy Sharper here, on an interception, you go to the R column for an interception. And this guy here, so this guy, the P column is used to return punts for this guy here. So he's a rare punt returner, but he does return punts. That's the other thing I like about App is that if they do something in the game, they'll get a rating for it. So this guy will not pass, but the P column instead will be used for his punt returns. And the same thing here, this guy here, Fred Smoot, for interceptions, it's the R column, and fumble returns, it's the K column. So that's kind of neat too. And I'm noticing in these newer seasons, 2006, it's almost 20 years old, but for me, it's a newer season, right? I'm seeing a lot more guys with the interception in the interception in the fumble return compared to the 70s and 80s, where there's very few people that had that rating. I still give everybody a chance. That's me. It's just Jermaine Wiggy. Wiggy actually plays hockey up where I play my league, or at least he used to. And every now and then you bump into him up there. Kevin Williams, Pat Williamson, and then Anton Dave Winfield. So that is Minnesota. And Some Roads comes by, and he says he's playing some APA basic baseball listening to Dave. Thank you so much. Yeah, I try to make it nice and relaxing here, just part of the hobby. Unboxing and opening cards is part of the hobby, so I like to kind of do that, just make it relaxing. Just open up a chat like you're sitting here with me, just kind of chatting. What do you got on the table? And the other question is, have you ever tried the master game of APA baseball? It really is not as difficult as you might think it is. It really is not that bad. That's all I'm going to say. All righty. So, boy, we got a lot of W's here. A lot of W's and a Y. Okay. PJack comes by. So here's what we got next. We have the Patriots here. So let's see how many of these guys I know. Alexander, linebacker, I'm not really familiar with. Andrews, the corner, maybe. Banta Kane. Yeah, I remember Banta Kane. Anybody know that guy? He probably sucks, huh? He's a 4. Thought he'd be a little higher than that, but the 6-time Super Bowl winner is only a 4 here in 2006. Troy Brown. I thought he might have another cuss. He's got the P column here for returning punts, Troy Brown. Teddy Bruschi. You got to love Bruschi. Caldwell. Matt Castle, the backup quarterback. He was a backup for a while. I don't know him too well. Roosevelt Colvin. Yep. Clock killing Dylan. Heath Evans, the fullback. He was a beast. Kevin Falk was really good too. Jabbar Gaffney. Goskowski. Man, I really was a Vinatieri guy. But Goskowski was pretty good, but I still was a Vinatieri guy. Graham, the receiver. Jarvis Green. Rodney Harrison. Yep, remember Rodney Harrison. Hawkins, I don't know. Ellis Hobbs. Yep. Larry Izzo. I think he caught a touchdown pass there too. Yeah, he's got a receiver rating of C, but he did catch a touchdown pass, Chad Jackson, I don't remember. Kaiser, I don't really know. This guy, I don't know. Dan Coppin, the center. Yeah, remember Dan. Matt Light was he's a 4. Coppin's a 4 too. Yeah, this is going to be a fun team to play. Logan Mankins is a 4. Holy cow, there's a lot of 4s here in this team. Lawrence Maroney, he's only a 3. Josh Miller, he's a punter. Neal is a 4. This guy must be the backup. He's a 2. Patrick Pass is only a 2. Lonnie Paxton is a 2. Asante Samuel, 4. Sauer Brun, I don't remember him too much. Junior Seau, inside linebacker, 3. Remember him? Richard Seymour is a 4. Oh man, I'm wondering what the defense is going to be on there. If they're all 4s, that would be what, 44? That's a pretty good number, actually. Vinny Testaverde, the Vinster. He was the backup over there. I'll see if I can get him on the channel, playing a little bit. Maybe if we have a blowout game. Dave Thomas, the fullback. Mike oh, look at that. The coach. Mike Vrabel, he's the coach right now in New England. Kenny Walter, probably the worst punter ever. But he could hold for kicks. Big Ben Watson. He was Drew Bledsoe's favorite target. Vince Wilfork is a 4 as a nose tackle. Big boy. Wilson, I don't know. Wright, I don't know. And Yates, I don't know. But that is your Patriots there. As Brock comes by and P-Jet and Gandalf. And so Summer Rose, he hasn't approached the master game yet. Currently working on my second gauntlet, 20-game season with the 61 Yankees. Okay. Yeah, just don't be afraid to give it a try. I think the master game's like what, $20 or $30 if you buy the book. You got to buy the book, and that's basically all it is. It's a rule book and a book. It looks like a lot to it when you start going through the rule book. Oh, all this and all that and all the other thing. I was able to figure it out. I watched a couple of Tebow's videos, and it just explained everything. And I was like, okay, sold. This is not too bad. And the first few times I played, it took me a long time, but I was liking what I was playing, and so yeah, and now I just really enjoy playing the master game. In fact, I haven't gone back to the basic game since I started playing the master. I'll probably go back at night and play because I have a couple of seasons that I think Bob gave me, like 1905 and 1908, that are the old cards. So I'll use basic for that for sure. Marco comes by. Marco, I got your hat on. Oh, and you know something, Marco? Since you're here, I'll go through Chicago again. All right, we'll go through because we have the Chicago Bears expert here. And oh yeah, Marco had a good video. He's getting into all kinds of crazy things, right? His OnlyFans is really taking off. All right, so I sort them by offense and defense, just kind of what I've been doing lately. So we'll go through some of the guys. So we have your safety, Worrell, Wilson. So these guys are both 2s. Vasher's a 3. Urlacher is a 5. Look at that. Brian Urlacher is a 5. Let me see if I can snuggle that up a little bit more. So I'm interested in seeing this team here. A 4 for Tillman. Scott, I don't know. A Gunley, not sure. McClove is a 2. Ricky Manning is a 3. And Daniel Manning is a 3 as well. So I'm assuming that they're starters. Safety is a 2. Tank Johnson is a 3. Leon Joe, no relation to my possum, Leon. Oh, do you know what the wife did tonight? She put out some bananas for the possum. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, oh, they like bananas, and I feel bad for them. I'm like, oh my gosh. So we'll see if Leon comes by tonight and has some bananas, you know. Vasher was a safety. Okay, Manning and Ricky and Daniel were a ton. Okay. Ogunle was a defensive end. Okay. This guy here, Adonijay, is that what it's called? Hillenmeyer. Harris is a 4, so I'm thinking he's up front. I don't know who started on this team. I really don't know. He's a 3. It's not bad. Brown is a 4. Briggs is a 4. So this is going to be another team with some big D. You know, everyone's a 3 or a 4. I really didn't see too many guys that were less than 3 or 4. So, I mean, yeah, the defense for the Chicago team is heads up, right? So then we got, what else do we have? Also, these were the kickers, I think. So we had Maynard was he's a backup kicker. Oh, there he is. He's the punter. That's why. So, yeah, so Marco, when you get 2 cards like this, it means that they're going to need more than 3 columns to make the card work. So on this guy here, Maynard, he's a punter, and you're going to use the K column on punts. He's your backup place kicker and your backup kickoff guy. So you're using K and P over here as well. And what they like to do is they like to leave the R column open in case they pick up the ball and run, okay? And if you look here, if you can see that, you can see that the R column is exactly the same, okay? So they'll share the same R column sometimes, and so it wouldn't matter if he recovered a fumble. I guess it wouldn't matter which card because the R column's the same. But if he's punting, you're using this card with a K column, and any kicking, backup kicking, is done over here on this card. So that's what the 2 cards are for. And you can see that Robbie Gould is your main kicker. So he's got the KA and the KOA. That's your place kicking. That's your kickoff. So A means your top guy. B means your secondary guy. Again, what I do is I go right into the as played part of the game on Football Reference, and I don't even need to know any of these symbols here because it tells me who was kicking and who was punting. So that's what I go with. So if by chance, Gould was hurt and Maynard did all the kicking, it would tell you. So you would just use this guy, and that's that. So this is some of the offensive guys. He's got a 3. There's Adrian Peterson. He's only a 2. Adrian Peterson is only a 2. Pretty wild, huh? I thought he might be more than that. Let me get a little bit more light on the subject here. There we go. Muhsin Muhammad. I don't know if I remember him. It's Miller time. He's a 4. Metcalf is 4. Jason McKee, he's a 2, and he also returns kicks. Okay, that O means he returns kickoffs, but he's a C. So that means what he might have returned at least one kickoff during the year. So if it ever calls for him in a game, he has the K column for that, which is kind of nice. Manley, I'm not sure of. Kreutz, I'm not sure of. Let me open a window here. Sorry about that. I put the heat on down here because it was really cold today, and now I'm paying for it. So I got to freeze it out down here for a few minutes just to cool it off. And it was 27 degrees this morning on the way to the rink. I'm like, oh, I got to go. I was going to wear my long johns out in the rink. It was so cold, And then we have Jones as a 4.5 back. Devin Hester, that's going to be fun. Look at this, huh? Oh, so check this out. So let's take a look at Devin Hester, okay? So he is your A and your B punt returner. So he's probably going to return 90% of your punts, okay? He's a backup kick returner, and he says he doesn't return any fumbles, but I give everybody a 50-50 chance of returning fumbles and intersections, okay? And I know Marco's going nuts here. That's great. So if you look right here, so when he returns a punt, it's the P column, okay? So look at this. 66 is a 1. Let me just double check something here before I go and open my mouth and look like a big dummy, which I tend to do. Let me just read off this just because his card is just so nuts. So if I go to punt returns, right? Hang on a sec here. A 1 is a TD. Okay, just to give you an idea. So let me hold this up. So I got my book over here. So if he returns a punt in the P column and you roll a 66, he's gone. You roll an 11, he's gone. 33 is a 7, and that's good for 33 yards. A 44 is a 9, that's 19 yards. 22 is the same, and 55 is a 19, which is 10. But if you get the 11 or 66, he's gone on a punt. That's pretty cool. I'm really like I said, I just really like this game, and so and that's why I wanted to kind of get a modern season. It's 20 years old, but to me it's a modern season because that gives me a chance to play some of these guys that did this stuff, and and just like Billy White Shoes Johnson, it's fun when that happens there. And yeah, we're gonna hopefully get Marco back streaming again. And Dufferman was rooting for Marco's Bears. Yep. There's Sexy Rexy, quarterback, and Brian Greasy. Happy Gilmore, the fullback. We have a lineman there, Engage, Davis. Desmond Clark sounds familiar. And he has 4 1s on kick returns. Yeah, so whenever he did kick returns, he wasn't the top kick returner, but whenever he did, he would have the chance there. Bradley, Berrien, and then Benson. So that is your Super Bowl appearing Bears. And again, what I do is I get my offense with any kickers and stuff and my defense, and I just put them back to back. So when I take them out, I get my defense on one side, my offense on the other side, and that way there, I don't have to sort them out. I grab my defense, I pull out my 11, I grab my offense, I pull out my 11 plus the other guys in the game, and that is that. It's a good time had by all. So now we're going to take a look at a team that everybody wants to see, right? I guess this is what you guys came for, so I'm going to give it to you right now. Okay, this is why you're here, right? Because you want to see the New York Football Jets. Right? That's why you're all here, right? You want to see these guys. They were 10-6. All kidding aside, they were 10-6. So yeah. Yeah, Brock says, seeing these names want me to pull out the college teams. Yeah, where's ST when you need him, right? I know. I get a hold of ST. I want to have him come on and do that talk show with me. I think it'd be kind of fun. It'd be very different, but I think it would be fun. All right, so let's take a look here. So we have Askew, the fullback. We have Baker as a receiver. Dave Ball is going to be on the defensive line. Barlow, the halfback. Blaylock. I think I remember Blaylock. And we have Matt Chatham. I've heard that name. Kellen Clemens, quarterback, a 1. Oof, that's not that good. Clement, hands of cement. He's a 4 in the tackles. That's pretty good. Drew Coleman is a 2 out there. Eric Coleman. Well, they get Drew and Eric Coleman. He's a 3. Lavernius Coles is an end, and he's a 4 in the end. Cotchery's also a 4. They got some receivers here. That's a 2 center. Dwight is a 2. I got Andre Dyson is a 4 on quarterback. Look at that. That's pretty good. Ellis is a 4 as well. Tackle 3. He's going to be your punter. Again, anytime I see offense and defense, I just pull it aside because that means it's something special. And okay, so he's got 2 cards too. So you can see that when he's punting, he's your top punter because he's got the PA. It's the K column on this card. And he's your backup kicker and backup kickoff guy too. So you'd use the appropriate columns here. So he's got 2 cards. I'm noticing a lot of that in the newer sets that the kickers are getting a couple different cards. There's a lot of double duty cards here. Butch Hobson, Hodgkins over here, Cedric Houston, Jones, Castle over here. We have a guard, Cat Nick, and Kendall's a 3. Nick Mangold, he's pretty good. He's a 4. We got a receiver over here, and then we have Miller. We have another guard that's a 4. Their offensive line is pretty good. The starting guys are pretty good. Nugent here, so he's going to be your main kicker. Yeah, the KA and the KOA. And then we get Chad. He's a 4. Say what you will. Chad Pennington is a 4. Good for him. He's your cornerback. Patrick Ramsey is only a 2. That's quarterback. Free safety Rhodes is a 4. Roberts is a 4 as well. So these guys are not too bad. Ryan, the fullback. Smith running around. We got another Smith. Oh, we got 3 Smiths. Look at that. Bing, bing, bing. I feel like I'm on the Joker's Wild. Smith, and Smith. So he's on offense. And we got Spencer, linebacker. Thomas, Vilma, Von Olfelstein, and then Leon Washington's a halfback, and Rashad Washington. So that is, yes, I did see that about Mangold. Yep, that's very sad. So that is your 2006 New York Jets. Alrighty. So far, all my envelopes have been good, although it looks like nope, I'm not missing a New York. I'm waiting for my envelopes to come in. Chris is supposed to send me my my 2006 envelopes, and I also got the team cards, and same for 1980. Again, I got the used 1980 set, but it's they're all there. It's great. They're great condition. So nice job by Kenny. All right, now we have your New Orleans Saints. Jay Bellamy's on the defense. Branch will be on the offense. Oh boy, look at that. Drew Brees, a 5. Wow, Brady's a 4 and Drew Brees is a 5. I'm gonna have to see what Manning is. We have Brown up front. That's Bullocks. Reggie Bush is a 3. A 66 is only a 15 for him. How about that? Oh, but TA, so he does return punts. And if you roll a 66 on a punt, he gets the 1. That's a touchdown. Oh, he's your top punt man, too. Ooh, look at that. I just noticed that. He's your top punt returner. And he's got a 166 in the K column. Pretty good. So John Carney, again, all that stuff. He's your kicker. Danny Clark, Colston, Conwell, Cooper, Topper, Mr. Copper, Kraft over here, Cundiff. So he's going to be your backup. Well, he's backup everything. John Connie's your main guy. He's like B. See how he's B, B, B. So Billy Cundiff is going to be your backup punter and kicker. We'll see who the other guy is. Steve Gleason, Grant, Hopper, Henderson over here, Joe Horn, Hauser, Jamal Jones. He returns some kicks, and Mike Carney also returns some kicks. Antoine Lake, boy, that sounds familiar. Rodney over here, Michael Lewis, Jamie Martin, quarterback 2. I don't think he'll see much action unless we're in a blowout. Fred McAfee, Deuce McAllister. The Deuce is a 4. McKenzie over here at a 3. Melton a 2. Miller fullback 2. Moore's a 2. Nesbitt, a 4 on the guard. Pretty good. Owens, fullback, outside, middle, end, halfback, tackle, safety, tackle, cornerback, tackle. And okay, here's our main punter right there. The PA Weatherford's our main punter. Whitehead's a tackle and Young. So that is your 2006 New Orleans Saints. So how about that? I just got to figure out which game I want to play. So there's so many teams here. That Chicago team, that defense is going to be good. The Devin Hester could be fun for running back punts. All kinds of things like that going on here. All right, so who's my next team? All right, so we have your New York Football Giants. All right, and the Giants were, New Orleans was 10-6. They were good, and your Giants were 8-8. So just to give you an idea. So these guys might not be that good. All right, so Arrington's going to lead us off on defense. That was some Tiki Barber. You guys know Tiki Barber, so he's going to be the running back. Bell is your safety. Blackburn over here. Plaxico Burris. Yeah, we know these guys. Tim Carter, I don't really know. Will Demps. David Deal. That sounds familiar for some reason. Jeff Fiegels played New England, but he's going to be your punter over here. And so he's got 2 cards. Again, that's his punting card, and this card here is going to be his backup kicking card. Jay Feely is going to be your main kicker, so he's right here. Finn over here, Jacobs and Jennings and Joseph and some guys on defense. Jared Lorenzen, he went to Jared's, so he's going to be a quarterback, a 2. This guy here is a 4. I've heard of this guy. Ellie Manning. So he's over here. A tackle. Oh, man, Mick Quarters. Oh, that's awesome. Mick Quarters. Chad Morton over here. Moss O'Hara. Pettigout. A lot of 3s. Middle linebacker 4 is pretty good. A tackle 4 is pretty good. Guard 2. Tackle 2. Center 2. Fullback. Jeremy Shockey. There's a 4. Shockey's going to be a 4. Brandon Short. Sneeze, a 3 on the guard. That's pretty good. Michael Strahan. Only a 3. Only a 3. Amani Tuma is a 3. David Tyree is a 2. How about that? And a couple more defense guys here. Derek Woods up front. Webster, Whitfield, Wilkinson, and that is your New York Football Giants for 2006. Saw some 3s and 4s on there for an 8-8 team. That's not terrible. Let me get my envelope here. Got my New York state of mind. I'm going to have to use these envelopes until I get my Chris White package in. I thought he said he shipped it out already, so I should get it next week. And okay, so now we have your Oakland Raiders. Atkinson, he's going to be a running back. Anderson. I don't know some of these guys here. Aaron Brooks, he's only a 2. Aaron Brooks is only a 2. Now, what were the Raiders? They were 2-14. Yeah, 2-14. It's going to be a tough team. Chris Carr, So he looks like he does a lot of returns and stuff. So he's a cornerback, but he does a lot of returns. So I'm going to put him in the middle. Zach Crockett. Yeah, I know Zach Crockett. Some of these other guys I don't know. 3 for the center is not bad. 2 for the guard. 2 for the guard. Grant Irons, defense, Janikowski. So he's got some good numbers there. Lamont Jordan. Looks like he's going to be your punter. So Shane Lechler. Lee's a fullback, receiver, guard, receiver, middle linebacker. Randy Moss was on Oakland. A. Yeah, of course he's going to be an A, right? Tyrone Poole, Jerry Porter. Warren Sapp is a 3 for the Raiders. All right, remember Warren Sapp. Barry Sims is a guard. Webster Sergeant Chad Slaughter. Marcus Tuiasosopo is a quarterback. Oh, he's got the 2 rating, but he can also run. Oh, I never did look that up. Maybe I'll do that real quick in the book. So we have another quarterback. They're all 2s though. And there's that, and that, and that. So that is your Oakland Raiders. As Keith comes by, yeah, we're just kind of in Cleveland baseball fan. We're just kind of going through the last stack of the 06 season. And this is Oakland, so I'll put Oakland away. Lechler was a good punter. Well, he had to be on a team like that. 2-14. He's going to see a lot of punts, right? I already went through the Bears. So what I will do, to be fair, since we have a festival crowd right now, I'll go through the Indianapolis again, so we can take a look at that. All righty. So here's our Indianapolis defense. If anybody knows anybody, a lot of 2s right now. There's a 3, a 2, a 3. Mathis is a 4, not a 2. June is a 4. Free safety 3, 2. Cornerback 3. Linebacker 2, 2, 3. Oh, Dwight Freeney, he's a 4. We know Dwight Freeney. A 3, a 3. And Brock up front's a 4. Linebacker 3 and safety 3. So that's your defense. A couple of 4s, but mostly the 3s. You got Adam as your kicker. There's your punter. And he's got 2 cards. And then, Dan Klecko does a little bit of everything. And Boyman does a little bit of everything, too. He's got, fullback and outside linebacker. So they must be playing a couple different positions here. Welcome. Stately Wayne Manor. Remember that one? Stokely Dokley. We have a backup quarterback who's a 2. I don't know if he's your main guy, but we got a guard 4. Oh, this Saturday, he's a 4. Yeah, he's your main guy. Halfback Rhodes 4. Ricky Prohl. Look at the wide receivers that Manning had. That is nuts. Moorhead, and there's Peyton. He's a 5. Peyton is a 5. Some of your backup guys here. Harrison's a 5. Man, this team, I wonder if they're up. So if they had 11 4s, it'd be 44 and a couple of 5. They might be close to 50 because the most you can get is 55. That's if everybody's a 5, and that never happens. So I wonder how close to 50 I can get. Fletcher, Dallas Clark, another one with he's only a 3. And the die is a 4. Pretty good. Pretty good if you ask me, So yeah. So we'll get Peyton on here with the Colts. Absolutely. There's some big numbers here compared to some of the seasons I played. These numbers are up there. It's kind of neat to see. So what else do we got here in the box? Oh, we still got a few teams to go through here. All righty. So where's Ryan? Somebody call Ryan. We call Ryan because we have the Philadelphia Eagles up next, right? Man, if I didn't have games on Saturday night and Sunday, I'd definitely be setting up here for a football game this weekend, but it doesn't make sense to set up if I ain't going to play it. All right, so Akers, he's your kicker. He's got 2 cards, so he's a kicker and a backup punter. I got Andrews as your guard over here. Avant 2. Sean Barber on D. He's going to be a 3. I don't know Basket. Don't know some of these guys here. Buckhalter sounds familiar. Nick Cole. I got a Nick Cole playing in my hockey league. 3. Brian Dawkins is a 5 on the defense. That's pretty good. I got a 2. AJ Feely. He's a 2. Outside linebacker. Jeff Garcia is a 3. So we have a couple of quarterbacks here. And then we have Hanson, the Hanson brothers. Hood, Howard. Well, Jackson, the center, is a 4. So he's probably good on the tush push. Looks like Dirk Diggler Johnson. He's going to be your punter. And he's got a couple of cards here in case he does some backup kicking. You notice that in this season here, there's a lot of 2 cards for the kickers. That meant they probably did some double duty. Lewis. I don't know some of these guys here. McCoy, McDougal. Oh, Donovan McNabb, 4. Okay, so they got some quarterback. They got a good quarterback here. Parker, Patterson. Bruce Perry, Ramsey. I should have done this with my other seasons because this is kind of fun going through everybody. Maybe I will. Maybe at some point I'll pull out some cards and just kind of sort everybody out like I'm doing this, and we can reminisce together. Dante Stallworth, Brian Trottier, Westbrook, and Young. So that is your 2006 Philadelphia Eagles. Basket used to be married to one of the Playboy Playmates. It was on The Girl Next Door. That's why you're here, because I don't know things like that. I didn't watch the show, but if she's a Playmate, well, she can't be all that bad, right? Just saying. Alrighty. We're almost to San Diego. We're on to San Diego. Almost. No. Okay, so now Kendra Wilkinson was her name. Now we have your Pittsburgh Steelers starting off with our quarterback. Number 2, wearing a 2 rating, Charlie Batch. So he'll be our first contestant. Chad Brown. I wonder how many of these guys I know. Carter, Clark, Cologne. Put it on the Davenport. That's a 2. Alan Faneca, 5. I remember Faneca. Yep, he was a good. Now we have the inside linebacker, James Farrier, or Farrier. Larry Foots out there as well. Gardocki is going to be your punter. Outside linebacker. So they got a nose tackle, so they're going to play 3-4. Center Hardings. Halfback Haynes. Nose tackle, another nose tackle. Holmes. Kimoto. Is he the Komodo Dragon? Call him the Dragon. Kreider. Crywalt. Kuhn. McFadden. He's halfback and cornerback, so I'm going to put him in the middle because I don't know what he does. Heath Miller, we know. Chakakobe. Parker. Troy Polamalu. Wow, is that the guy with the hair? He's a 4 strong safety, so he's got the hair flowing over there. Joey Porter. Jeff Reed looks like he's going to be your kicker. Willie Reed's over here. And there's Big Ben with a 4. Big Ben with a 4. Now, the 66, that's not a touchdown with a 3. Oh, no, 2. 2 might be a touchdown, depending where you are. So you got to roll that 66 to get that big play out of him. Simmons is over here. We got some guys over here. A lot of Smiths. Got a Starks. Ike Taylor. Townsend, the 3. Hines Ward, he's a 4. So backup center, Washington, Wilson, Cedric Wilson. He's got 2 cards, so he did some returning here, punts and kicks. So you would probably use this card for his receiving, and then this card here for his punt returning, and then Young. So that is your 2006 Pittsburgh Steelers. And Palomano is the hair guy. Okay, we like the hair guy. We do like the hair guy. And again, if you're joining late, I was talking about the hotel rooms down there for Digital to DiceCon 2026. Again, you don't have to stay at the hotel we're at. There's a lot of hotels in the area. So if you want to come and you don't want to go to the main hotel, there's tons of cheap hotels. No, I don't say tons, but ST found a bunch of cheap hotels in the area, and he scored big time last year. He saved himself a lot of money going to other places. So just something to keep in mind. All righty, who wanted to see the San Diego Superchargers? Here we go. Let me wet my whistle so I can talk real good. All righty, so on the offense, we have Bingham as a tackle 2. The center is a 2. King Louis Castillo is a 3. Cesare is a 3. Cooper 2. Cromartie is only a 2. Only a 2. Dealman is a 3 up front. A linebacker here. Donnie Edwards is a 4. All righty, so don't discount him. Florence Henderson is a 3. Floyd. Antonio Gates is a 5. Woo-hoo-hoo. Antonio Gates is a 5. Godfrey is a 3. Goff is a 4. Cletus, only a 1. Gregory's a 2. Oh, look at this center. Hardwick with a 4. Let me close my window. That's pretty good for a center. What was it? The Pittsburgh and the Colts, their centers were 5, 4s, and 5s. Alrighty, so we'll continue on. Cromartie, he the one that had 14 children? Was that it? Oh, man. Some of those guys are just nuts. If they can afford it and they're having fun, right? Outside linebacker 2. Clinton Hart. Jensen Jackson's a 3. Jammer is a 4. Good cornerback. This guy, not so good. Kading looks like he's a kicker. Keel is a 3. Kirk. Wow. Say that one 3 times fast. Kirk. Wow. Durka. Right. Brandon Menamaluna. He's a fullback. Keenan McCardell's a 3. McCree's a 3. Up front, tackle 4. McNeil, that's pretty good. And Sean Merriman. He's got a 5 on D. That's pretty darn good. So San Diego's got some guys. Now, what was San Diego? San Diego was 14-2. Ooh, no wonder why they have 4s and 5s. Lorenzo Neal is a 3. And he's got the 2 here on the run. That's a potential touchdown, depending where you are. This guy here. The end. Osgood to 2. Parker is going to return some kicks for you. And he's a 4. He's pretty good. There's Phillips. Pinocchio doing the polka line here. And Philip Rivers, 4. And he does not. Oh, he's got a 2. A 1 is better, but he's got a 2 over here on your 66. And a 3 on your 11. And 3 over here. So it's not too bad. Not too bad. The 1s are great. The 1s are touchdowns. Mrs. Robinson right here. Looks like this guy is going to be your punter. And he does some kicking duty as well. LaDainian, 5. Michael Turner. Billy Volak. So I'll probably start him at quarterback, right? I'm going to start Volak. No, I'm going to start Whitehurst. He's a 1. Whitehurst is going to get the call. Wilhelm is a 2. The nose tackle, 5. Jamal Williams is a 5. That's fantastic. How deep are the rosters? That depends. Yeah, they do. Just about, I think every single position has 1 backup. I'm pretty sure. It doesn't go that deep with the linemen, of course, but you'll get plenty of backs and receivers and quarterbacks too. You'll get at least 2 quarterbacks, sometimes 3 or 4. So that is just San Diego Chargers. It's not you don't get everyone, but boy, you get tons of cards. You really do. And I don't know. If someone just played one game, and that's not that big of a deal with football to me, because again, they get so many guys out there. With hockey, with less guys, I like to see everybody. Baseball, football, there's just too many guys. Go on, get in there, get in there. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. No, we're fighting it. I'm fighting it. I'm fighting it. All right, so there's the San Diego Superchargers. Well, we got a few more teams over here. Oh man, almost dropped a whole lot of them. Almost. They just fell right out of my hands as I was looking at the back of the pile here. Okay, that was close. That would have been dangerous. Oh, I'm still dropping them everywhere. Come on, Dave. All right, so let's get back here. So these are the San Francisco Superchargers, right? Colts and Chargers would be. Yeah, we'll play Colts and Chargers. I don't know if they met that year though. Let me see. Let me go to my schedule, and let me go to Chargers, and no, they did not play the Colts. No, they did not play. The only games they lost to the Ravens and Kansas City. And then they lost to New England in the playoffs. But yeah, the only team that ever played the Colts with the guys in their division and the Patriots. And every year it felt like they went to Indianapolis to play the Colts. Same with Pittsburgh. Every year it was like they went to Pittsburgh. It's like, does Pittsburgh ever come to New England? Or we're just going to have to be playing road games against the Steelers like the entire time. All right, so here's San Francisco. So Mike Adams and Anthony Adams. A couple of Adams family guys there. I don't know too much about San Francisco. They were 7-9. San Francisco 7-9. Vernon Davis is a 3. Trent Dilfer 2. Happy Gilmore. Right? Gotta get these squared away here. Frank Gore, remember? Steelers didn't go to Foxborough nearly as many times as New England went to Pittsburgh. It seemed like every year you get the schedule coming out. It's like, we're going to Pittsburgh. We're going to Indianapolis. We're going to Denver. It's like none of those guys ever came here. We got Jacksonville. Yay, we got all the yucky teams. Just that's what it felt. I know they did, but it just felt like every year we were on the road in Pittsburgh. So we got Brian Jennings and Jonas Jennings. A lot of same name guys. So Andy Lee, he's going to be a kicker of some sort. Lewis Moore, Navies. Joe Nedney, he'll be our kicker. Morris. Strong safety 3. 2, a guard 3. Alex Smith is your quarterback. Oh, he's a 4. He's a 4. That's pretty good. Derek Smith over here is a 3. D. Snyder is your tackle. Spencer, Strickland, Tucker, Earlbrick, Delaney Walker. We got Williams. Got another Williams. Got a guy here and a guy there. So that is your San Francisco 49ers. All right, just a couple of teams to go, and we can wrap this up. And Dufferman says, yeah, the same thing with the Vikings. Always play the Seahawks in Seattle, never in Minnesota. Yeah, I know that's a little stretch, but doesn't it feel that way? It's like it just seemed like the whole Brady the 20 years, from like 01, 02 right through 2022, whenever it was. Get the schedule. It's like going to Pittsburgh, going to Pittsburgh, going to Pittsburgh. It's like, man, it's like, and Pittsburgh was a tough team to play. And I know you get the tough schedule when you're the one of the best teams, but it just was like, man, we're always on the road against the tough teams. And then the cupcakes would come into town, So anyway, all right, let's take a look at your Seahawks. Yeah, Sean Alexander's a 3. Babineau's on the D here. He's a 3. Bullware's a 3. Bernard's a 3. Dion Branch. I don't know if that was before or after New England. I don't remember, but he's a 3. That's pretty good. Josh Brown, punter. I think trying to think where he went. Nate Burleson. Oh, he's only a 3. Wasn't he with Minnesota? Burleson, or was it Green Bay? We got a couple guys here, a couple of 3s. Ingram is a 3. Wow, a 4 here for your end. A 4 up front here. DJ Hackett. What was Seattle? They must have been pretty good. Yeah, 9-7. They won the division, and they went to the playoffs. And well, they beat the Cowboys. Oh, was that the game? Was this the Cowboys game where Dallas was lining up for the game-winning field goal in the rain in Seattle, and Romo dropped the ball, and then he took off and he got tackled like a foot short of the first down marker? That was nuts. That was a chip shot field goal. And not only did he drop it, but he still had a chance to run for the first down, and somehow he didn't get it. It was just everything went wrong on that play. Hasselback's a 4, so that's pretty good. I got a 2 here. I got a 3. Leroy Hill's a 3. Darrell Jackson is a 4. Walter Jones is a 4. They got some good guys here. Heather Lockley is a 3. Millie Vanilli. Yes, this is the Romo fumble to hold. And Branch had 2 tours of dirty with the Patriots. Seattle portions in between. Oh, okay. Thank you for that. That's why you are here. Mercury Morris and Parry. Looks like we have Plackmeyer is a place kicker. And Josh Scobie is a fullback. Only a 2. Stevens, Strong, Tafoya, Tap, Tutupu. A lot of D over here. A lot of 2s. There's a 3. There's a 2. Seneca Wallace. Oh, he's a quarterback and an end. That's kind of interesting. So now we're getting into modern times where they do different things. Okay. So that is that. And that's why Week exists. Oh, okay. So I thought you were a real smart guy, but you're a real smart guy, but doing smart guy things. Alrighty, so just a couple of more teams here. I think we got a few more teams to go as we sort through 2006. And I might have to do this with some of my other seasons. There's a couple other seasons I really haven't dug too deep into, and it might be kind of fun to do this and go through the guys and sort out my teams here. That was Mosey's son. Okay, Tutupu. Okay. All right, so we have your St. Louis Cardinals. Or is it the Rams? I'm not sure which one it is. Couple of 3s on D. We got a nice 4 up front here. St. Louis. What were the St. Louis Cardinals that year? They were 8-8. Did not make the playoffs. The Rams did not make the playoffs. Okay. Oh, Isaac Bruce is a 4. Mark Bulger is a 4. Birds up here. We have Carter. We got a 3 back there. We got another 3, 2. Curtis over here. Davis, Fisher. These are all 2s. Another Fisher. Carlton Fisk. Ryan Fitzmagic is a 2. Fitzmagic. He just kind of made his own late in the career. Oh, Farad too. Fitzpatrick just kind of became a folklore late in his career. It was pretty cool. He would go in and just win games. It was just like, how did that happen? KJ Harris is only a 1. Hedgecock's a 2. Hill. Torrey Holtz. Boy, the receivers are all 4s. Right? All 4s and all A's. I think that asterisk means you can throw as many times as you'll want to him, pretty much. Steven Jackson's a 4. Kloffenstein's a 2. Orlando Pace up front. He's a 3. Willie. J.R. Reed. There's another 4. So Stussy. Matt Turk, he's going to be your punter, kicker. Jeff Wilkinson will be another kicker. Reese Witherspoon, and this guy here. So that is your St. Louis Rams. So we'll put St. Louis over here. Alrighty. And just a couple of more, and we'll call it a night. We got a few more guys over here. Holy cow, how many more W's? Wow, we're still going. There we go. All righty, so we have your Tampa Bay Buccaneers, not in the orange. They are in the pewter, which is kind of yucky. And I bet you they weren't that good in 06. Nope, they were 4-12. So we're going to see a lot of 2s and 3s from Tampa Bay, starting with Adams and Allen. Allstott's only a 2. Imagine that, Mike Allstott, only a 2. He's got a 4 on a 66. Rondé Barber's pretty good. He's a 4. Bector's a 2. He's going to be a kicker. He's a 2. 2. Oh, Derek Brooks is a 4. Their D wasn't awful. There's a kicker. 2. 2. 2. 3 for Michael Clayton. 2. 3. Joey Galloway's a 4. Gradkowski, 2, quarterback. 2. 2. 3. 3. 2. Told you a lot of 2s here. There's a 3. Only a couple of 4s, actually. 2s and 2s. 3s. 3s. And Michael Pittman's a 3. Tim Rattay, 2. 3 for Quarles and Rice. Chris Sims, 2. Alex Smith, 2. Spires is a 3. 2. 2. 3. 3. 3. 1. And on defense, a 3, a 3, and a 2. So, yeah, not impressed with your 2006 Buccaneers, that's for sure. So I don't know if we'll get them on the table. I got to see if they're table worthy. Because the teams that are at the top, I like to get on. The teams at the bottom, I like to get on. The teams in the middle, that whole middle class, that's the one that kind of doesn't make it here sometimes. All righty. So just the last couple of teams. And, oh, look at that. I grabbed that right in the right spot. All right, so we have your Tennessee Tuxedos here. And what was Tennessee doing in 2006? 8-8. Again, run of the mill. So Drew Bennett is a 4 on the outback here. There's your kicker, Rob Baronis. 2. A lot of 2s over here. Kerry Collins, that's your quarterback. He's a 2. Another 2. Another 2. Another 2. David Givens is a 2. A 2. 2. Is a 3. Travis Henry is going to be good. He'll be a 4. So that'll get him something anyway. That's going to be a kicker there. A 3. A 3. He's going to be a return guy. So I'm going to give him 2 cards here. A 3. A 3 on the end. 2. Yeah, the mid-pack teams need some love. I know. Sometimes I'll play those teams. Like I'll play like a 4-12 team or something like that. The 8-8s, though, they bore me because they're just kind of nothing, you know? There's nothing good or bad about them. Michael Ruse, the tackle, is a 4, so there's some hope on the offensive line. 2s and 3s here. Another 3 and a 3. 3. Well, got some 3s here. So they might be like a 35 or 36 type of team. I don't think they'll get the 40. And Vince Young is a 4. So that is your Tennessee Titans in 2006. And we got one last team here, and then we'll wrap things up. And at least I have all my teams sorted out now, so that's kind of good. So now when I go to play, I won't have to sort them out. All right, it's going to be your Washington Senators, right? Albright is a 2. 2 over here on safety. Betts is a 4 on the halfback. Mark Brunell. He was a lefty, right? He's a 3. Jason Campbell's also a 3. So two okay quarterbacks, kind of a little bit better than normal. Cartwright is a 2. Cooley's a 3. 3. Halfback over here. Christian Fauria at a tight end. Just a 2, though. He's going to be our kicker here. A 3. John Hall will be our kicker. Jansen Kozlowski, a 2. Lloyd's a 2. There's a 3. Santana Moss is a 3. There's another kicker. David Patton, another Patriot. He's only a 2 over there. Clinton Portis, wow, just a 3. Just a 3 for Portis, huh? Mid-range team is only fun against another mid-range team. A good divisional matchup. Yeah. Yep. That's a good way to play it, too. Have a divisional matchup. Randall L. is a 3. And this is Washington here. The tackle's a 4. Looks like he's going to be another backup kicker. No, he'll be a main kicker, actually. Thomas, a 3. James Thrash, a 2. A 2. A 2. A 3. A 2. A 2. And then 2 up front. So, that is your Washington Redskins. Were they still the Redskins back then? Was that before the dark times? I think they were. So, alrighty. So let me just back that up a little bit. And we'll put those away. Alrighty. Barbara's going to take the DOG out. I'm going to go check my camera. See if I get any action going on out there. So this is going to be my 2006 NFC. I think here. Let me make sure. Tennessee's AFC. And this is your Giants. So the Giants will stay here in the NFC. Minnesota, Detroit, and Green Bay. Alrighty, so there's my AFC and my NFC. So there's my 2006 football set. All sorted, ready to go. Had some fun getting a sneak peek on some of these guys. If I can just get this in the box here, would be really great. Yep, there it is. Okay. And that is that. So, I hope you enjoyed our little unboxing and uncarding here. It took a few times to get it done. But that is that. So I just got to wait for my envelopes to come in from Chris, and I can put everything away properly, and I should be good to go. So so that is that. I'm going to probably skedaddle and go chill out. I don't think I have time to really play anything tonight. I wouldn't stream it anyway, so because I don't want to do back-to-back streams. But that is that. So I will. I don't know when I'm going to see you guys. Probably Sunday night. Sunday night's going to be the first chance I get to play anything. I'm going to be beat when I come home. Yeah, I get the 2 games. I got a morning game and an afternoon game, so I won't be getting home till. Oh man, the 2 games are tough. Back-to-back is tough. When I got to do Saturday morning, Saturday night, 2 Sunday. Yeah, I'm going to miss football too. Usually I just kick back and do nothing on Sunday. But yeah, that'll be that. So anyway, I'm Dave from Studio B. I hope you enjoyed this. Part of our hobby is kind of going through the cards and enjoying some of that stuff there. So that's what we do from time to time. And again, if you're coming up to D, look for it. If you want to find a cheaper hotel room, absolutely go find a cheaper hotel room. That'd be great. Looking to have more people, the merrier up there. And if you need to save some money, go do it that way. Go do it that way, and just have some fun. So we'll talk to you all later. Thanks for coming by. Bye-bye.